I am not being paid or sponsored to endorse Dr. Elmer or his office. All opinions and experiences are of my own.
First question is, what's your relationship with Dr. Elmer and how long have you been a patient of his?
My relationship with Dr. Elmer is I am his patient, as are my daughters. I have been a patient since mid-October of 2017. I first met him in September of 2017 with my oldest daughter, Madison, and she has cervical dystonia.
Why did you start this protocol?
Well, I have been seeing Dr. Elmer for, a year and a half before I started. It was a year and a half before I started the protocol. I've been seeing him for my back, scoliosis. And I had talked to him previously of some digestive issues I have. I've had all my life, very chronic digestive issues. And he has done a few things to help me out with those previously. But it never really, the things that he had done weren't something that fixed it, as well as when we started this protocol. And when we started this, really that added on to it. And then I explained to him one day about my allergies. I have really bad allergies. I was tested, and pretty much they told me, when I asked what I was allergic to, why don't we just tell you what you're not allergic to? It would be easier. I had some pretty bad reactions to the testing, and when I told him that, he said that I should start the protocol for the autoimmune. And so here we are. You're gonna have to edit this.
Describe your experience and symptoms from before doing the autoimmune protocol.
Well, I had bad allergies, and I have noticed since starting and since finishing that a lot of my little tics have disappeared, of clearing my throat all the time, and my watery eye is not nearly as bad as it once was. I was always pretty much dragging by the end of the day. When I came home from work, I had no energy left to do anything. I didn't feel like doing anything. I'd come home and I'd sit down in the chair and watch TV or read a book. I just felt drained all the time, dragging, and once again, the chronic digestive issues that I had tried to fix with many different remedies throughout my life and have never worked, really.
Okay. What did you experience in the beginning, and what did you notice as you were going through the protocol?
As I was going through the protocol, I did notice when I first started phase 1, there was a difference right away in how I felt physically inside. I could tell a difference, just the feeling. I don't know how to explain it, but more refreshed, I guess. Like I had more more energy, felt more active, pretty much right away with that. Going through phase 1, I had a little difficulty with testing that one for a while. When I finally clued into what was going on and really went for it, then I found my number right away for that one. Then when I started into the second phase and testing the different things out, that was probably one of my favorite things, because it seemed like every supplement that I started to try, when I started trying the first one, I noticed big differences with that. It was almost like an attitude adjustment for me, which I didn't know I had an attitude, but I felt happier. It made me feel happy and just full of life. I just felt really good. And I thought, wow, if these are doing this right now, just this first one, what are all these going to do? And it made me really excited to keep going and see what the next one would do. And it was a really great experience to go through and be able to see the difference that it made for me.
What about your life has changed since the beginning to the end of the protocol?
Everything. I feel like a new person. I really do. I have a lot more energy. I'm a lot more active. I feel when I come home from work, I don't just go and sit down. I can actually attend to my family and get things done. It's not, I've come home from work, day over. I still can do things, and I'm happy, and I have noticed that when things get me down or get to me sometimes, I think that it's that first supplement I tried that I still take with my recipe, that the attitude adjustment one, kind of sneaks in there, and I just, when something's gone wrong, I can kind of get over it a lot better, a lot easier, and just work my way through and not let it get me down and niggle me to death. I don't know. And also, most importantly, the chronic digestive issue has gone. It's completely over, and that is the best blessing ever. Then I got the other extras as perks.
Okay, what do you want people to know if they are going to go through the same thing as you were?
I would say it is so worth every little bit. It took me about, 5 months. I think about 5 months to go through the protocol, the whole thing. And it was so worth it. If you're struggling, if you're starting it and you're struggling with it, don't give up. It's so wonderful to reach the end and get there, and it just changes you. It's just great. I feel so much better. Thank you, Dr. Elmer.